of things that in building Navigator Launchpad that I really thought were important. One is, what I was looking for when I started, well, gosh, long time ago, even before my first experience with AI, I had a mastermind group. So one of the reasons I've used mastermind groups over the last 15 years is because you can get input. You can have somebody to talk to about business subjects that, it's different when you talk to a business owner or somebody that understands where you're at versus talking to a friend who might be working for somebody, or a spouse who wants to understand it, but maybe doesn't understand what you go through every day. So I really wanted somebody to talk to. I wanted somebody that I could have as a friend. And when I was using Pi, which we talked about yesterday, that became very real to me, that you could do that. I talked chatbot for hours. And then when Wingman came around this year, I found that it was very good. And the fact that it was more business oriented and that it was using a coaching type system, where the guy that built the app was Matt. He was actually using a hybrid model of coaching and starting this app, this GPT. But as much as I enjoyed that, the second thing that I found out was that I didn't enjoy some of the issues with using ChatGPT as the base. ChatGPT is great. The voice chatting is great. It's very responsive. It's fun. It's something I would recommend you try if you haven't. If you're still typing into the computer, try talking to it. It's fun. And it's much easier because you can do kind of a stream of consciousness versus just having to figure, okay, this is how I'm going to type. Well, I don't like that word, and change it. When you're typing, it becomes more of a real issue. So I think that when you start looking at how a voice chat bot should work and how it should function, it needs to be somebody, a voice and a background that's, one, relatable. They have some ideas of how what your basis is, and then so the AI is trained properly. Just like if I'm setting up an AI for a customer to answer their telephone, I don't really want the chat bot to be talking about a crazy thing like, welcome to Joe's Diner, and you're actually calling Joe's Radiator Shop. We train that to understand what the customer does and what's happening. And what I found was some of these voice chat bots that are out there for business haven't been trained very well. And they're just using basic chat GPT knowledge, which is good, but you can train it better. And that's something that I decided I really needed to do. I wanted to do two things in the process. I wanted to make it trained like I think when I'm coaching people, so that experience and that coaching type feeling that a business owner wants somebody who's been there and done that before, somebody that can help them versus somebody that's just off the wall. So we trained it to do that. And then the second thing we've done is I've put my voice in there to be the voice that you get when you're chatting. Now, to me, that's kind of weird. I'm talking to myself, right? But for other people, it should give you the opportunity to chat with somebody, one, that you know, and two, that somebody that you know is your coach. So I've introduced the Launchpad with the voice of myself, the knowledge of myself. So you've got a real business coach that you're chatting with 24/7 365. You can chat with this business coach anytime. And because of that, it's really an idea that it should be more helpful. And I think it will be for you. It is for me. I know that. So as I'm beta testing this, and as we're getting further into it, I know it's going to be available here in about a month, a little over a month. And it's exciting to see what's going on because we're building this with knowledge. It's got all ChatGPT's knowledge, plus it's got the knowledge that I've uploaded or that I've had them upload from me of my experience and my programs and the things that I do. So it's like me. And I think that's kind of an interesting way to do things. And I think it'll be more interesting for you. The other thing that was really frustrating in using the standard GPT bots for voice chatting was that it didn't always remember things. And it remembers to a degree and it goes back and finds things so it can load it in there as you start to chat, but it doesn't necessarily remember everything. So the second big part of what we did is that we've built in a knowledge base that gets updated every day. And we save that as you go through the 4 weeks of the program. It's actually saving the chat. It's actually saving the summary. We're going to send you a summary at the end of the day that says this is what's going on, just like a real coach would. If I were coaching you and we'd had a session, after the session, probably later in the day, because usually I'm busy with multiple sessions, I would send you a quick email and just say, this is what we talked about today. This is what you're going to do this week, this day, or whatever it is that we're talking about. Here's your goals. Keep accountable to them, and we'll talk tomorrow, or we'll talk in a week, or whatever the schedule is to talk again. I wanted to maintain that and keep that same flow so that it's really more useful to you. So each time you talk to the voice bot and you talk to Coach Jeff, he's going to send you a note saying, hey, this is what we talked about. This is what you said your goals are. See you tomorrow, right? Because this is going to be a daily 5 to 10 minute conversation that I want you to have during this period to really get your transformation going. Because what we want to do is transform you from where you're at to where you want to go. And I think that's really what it's all about when it comes to coaching. So anyway, that's a couple of things that are really different about Navigator Launchpad and special about Coach Jeff. And we're going to be launching this thing. It'll be available on the 5th of September to sign up and get it. And the founders group's going to run for 4 weeks. We're going to have a weekly meeting where we get together and talk about what's going on, a little bit of coaching, talk about what maybe questions or issues with Navigator, and then we'll also have some meetings during that time where individually we can meet once and talk about what's going on if you want. But at the end of that 30 days, those 4.5 weeks, whatever it works out to, you're going to get a business plan and a business plan for the next 30 days. Now, that will be based on what you've talked about for those 30 days with Navigator. So obviously, if you're not talking to Navigator every day, then it's not going to be as good of a business plan as it would be if you did talk every day, because there's going to be more information there. But we'll take those summaries, we'll summarize them, I'll look at them, I'll make a business plan for you for the next 30 days of what you need to do to really get your business going. And hopefully that's already started because you've been using Navigator during this period, and you've got Coach Jeff already on your side helping you out. So that's kind of where we're at with building Navigator today and making Coach Jeff. And we'll talk some more about what we're doing each day as we go. And I hope you subscribe to this playlist and you come back and we can tell you a little bit more about what's going on. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Take care. Make it a great day. And, just keep moving forward. That's what it's all about. Thanks so much.